Hello, I'm Paul, the geriatric gardener. It's blowing a gale out there, so I've had to come indoors to introduce my November walk around update. What I normally do with bulbs is those new ones that I've purchased, I plant in pots and planters to give a good display, and then in the second season plant them out in the garden. There you saw the lasagna we did last month, and up here are further new bulbs. We've got iris there, grape hyacinth, mini daffodils and tulips. And down here we've got snowflake, scilla and crocus. The begonia has flowered on and on and on once it got going. No need for deadheading there. And in the bog garden, primulas are still doing well, still in flower. The dahlias too are still flowering their socks off all over the garden, as are the pelargoniums. They'll have to go indoors in the winter. More primroses. These I bought at Aldi just a couple of weeks ago. They were about 30p a plant and give some colour and flower during the winter. Now the pinks we cut down after they first flowered. Now they're flowering again, and this osteopermum has never stopped flowering, but I don't think it will survive the winter. Another plant which we cut down after flowering is this geranium, and now that's come into flower again. Sparsely, but better than nothing. I bought two Prunus autumnalis for the garden back in February. This one is in blossom, as it should in autumn, but they were both in blossom when I purchased them back in February. Here, the one in the back garden hasn't come into blossom, and the leaves have changed colour, and of course they're being blown off in this wind. Mahonia with new flower spikes, another good plant for flowering in the winter. Yellow flowers from the Mahonia, of course. Nasturtiums, they will die off, but they've been going very strongly, and we've already had a crop of seeds from them. Now this plant, I've no idea what it is. I've tried with my iPad plant identifier, and it's given me different conclusions every time I've tried. So maybe you know what it is. And the robinia, of course, is putting out its lovely crimson leaves for further winter colour. You remember the seeds that I sowed in the last episode? That was just over 3 weeks ago. Let's see how they're getting on. First of all, the sweet peas. Well, they're doing really well. I'm going to have to, they have very long tap roots, the sweet peas, so they need very soon to go in a much longer pot so that that root has room to breathe. Then these are lupins, which have grown from seeds taken off the plant in the garden, which I'm really pleased about. 2 of those have germinated so far. And then here are the pansies. It's hard to believe that within a few weeks they're going to be flowering in the garden and flowering through the winter. But that's what they said they'll do, so let's hope they're right. And here in the utility room I've got those plants which I put into the deep freeze, if you remember. They're the yellow rattle and the verbena. Well, I took them out of the deep freeze after about 10 days or so, but nothing's germinated yet. They, of course, are destined for the wildflower garden. Well, that's about all we've got time for. I do hope you'll join us next time, and to make certain you know when we've got a video out, please click the subscribe button that you can see in front of you. Cheers!